And my friend called me and said, Rita, you better come back. There's a problem that your husband is shutting down.
I had a lot of swelling going on in my legs and my feet. So I went to my doctor, and so she said, hey Harold, you know, I recommend you go straight to the hospital right now. I told her no, I got stuff to do at work.
Harold was dealing with a lot of fluid as a result of his heart basically not being able to pump the blood flow to where it needed to go. And simple activities that you and I take for granted, being able to walk across the hall or walk upstairs, he couldn't do.
I went to work the next day and I couldn't make it through the day, so I came home and I told my wife, hey, it's time to go to the hospital.
Our friends came, and then I was able to go home. But I didn't even make it to the Pearl City off-ramp.
During that time that my wife was gone, you know, they didn't know if I was going to make it, so I guess that it's like all hands, all the doctors in the hospital. So they came and they did a walkthrough through my room, probably 30 doctors and nurses, and they looked, try to decide what was wrong with me.
And I walked in the room, and he was just, his eyes were all glassy and glazed. And I just walked over and held his face in mine, and I said, I'm back, so you can't leave yet. And then he kind of came out of it. That's when we found out that he had a congestive heart failure, and he was actually shutting down.
The key step was that we had a good cardiac ultrasound team that was able to get the right pictures of the heart valve, measure the right pressures so that we can make the accurate diagnosis. And then we sent him for a heart catheterization here at our cardiac catheterization lab, which got even more sophisticated pressure measurements and confirmed some of the findings that we were seeing on the ultrasound. We get good measurements, good recordings, and when we need to do things like coronary interventions and procedures to help open arteries, we have a great team and a great group of doctors that are as good as any place in the country at performing these procedures.
Who would ever think that, you know, something like this could happen so suddenly? We learned a hard lesson, you know, that you can't wait. You have to do whatever the doctor says and get there and do it.
It's just reaffirming to us as physicians and medical team that this is why we do what we do. To get people back to their lives, get people back to what they want out of life, and not be bothered by the heart.